feel like I have to give a little bit of context here because I don't know how much the listeners know or how much I talk about my work with bestseller publishing on the show. So I also do some consulting work with bestseller publishing. And when the authors come on board with our publisher, they make a little pit stop with me. And I help the authors kind of put their contents together, find their stories, coach them on their writing, all that. And so, Connie, you were one of my authors and you were such a great joy to work with. So wanted to provide some context there of how we knew each other.
Yeah, thanks so much. The book wouldn't be what it is without your help.
Oh, thank you. It was such a joy to read. You know, I think as we talk about your first book, first of all, let's just talk about the title and subtitle. Okay. Dream On. Like already I'm stoked just from the title, like Dream On. Okay, like what next, right? And then your subtitle, The Alarm Clock of Your Life Hasn't Gone Off Yet. I want to talk to you about that. Why did you come? Because you came up with these titles and subtitles. If I remember correctly, I didn't help in any way. You came to me and said, no, this is my title and subtitle. So how did you come up with that subtitle and why does it mean so much to you?
Well, it means so much because basically I fulfilled many of my dreams later in life. I'm 72 at the moment. And so between the ages of 60 and 72, I just did some amazing things. And I just want people not to give up on their dreams. You know, so many people, you know, say someday I'm going to fulfill this dream. And then they get to retirement age and then all of a sudden they're sick or they've lost interest or they say, oh, I can't do what I used to do. What's the point? And they take that dream to the grave with them. And that just really, it really hurts my heart. It's like, you know, life doesn't have to be that way. And you know, living a whole lifetime hoping for some dream way down the road is just, to me, is just kind of sad, really. And I just want to encourage people to take action and to not give up.
Yeah, I love that. I got a little emotional when you said that, just thinking about it, when you said the words, people take their dreams to the grave with them. Like, we don't want that, right?
All right.
So you and I have a similar message there. In my second book, I also talk very similar about those types of things. And throughout your book, I really enjoy your book. And there are certain things that you kind of do throughout your book and the way that it's structured that's a little bit different than some of the other books. So you have this grandiose, well, I call it like this grandiose life because you have traveled. How many countries have you been to?
Oh, I would say probably 20.
Yeah. Not that everybody needs to travel to a different country. However, most people, when they get to end of life, maybe have been to one or two. And you had the great pleasure of not only like going to different countries, but I think like really engulfing yourself in the culture, which is something that I really found so fascinating reading your book, was not so much the country you were in, but to understand what it was like to live almost as a local and how you really lived among the locals and really respected, you know, their different beliefs, their different traditions, things that they, you know, celebrated. And so I love that. And I want to go back to the structure, though, of your book real quick. You would tell these great, fascinating stories during your travel. And most of your travel happened because you were in the Peace Corps, right? Volunteering.
Actually, that was just one country. That was Botswana. But then I worked with Mercy Ships and went to Madagascar. But the bulk of them was through Samaritan's Purse. I was an international finance manager. And I was going around the world filling in for people and training people and that sort of thing. So I had to be available at any moment to go anywhere in the world. That, you know, it wasn't like we were assigned to a region or something. It's like you have worldwide, you have to be able to drop what you're doing and go worldwide. So that was pretty interesting because most of the countries that I went to were not on my bucket list. So I found that very fascinating. It's like, wow. I never dreamed I would go there. For example, my first assignment was to Hanoi, Vietnam. It's like, what? You know, and I mean, I grew up during the, you know, Vietnam War era, and it's like, I just couldn't hardly wrap my head around it. I thought, you know, that's enemy territory. they'll hate me, I'm an American, and that kind of stuff. And it was like, it was kind of a mind-bending experience, and it was awesome, Never dreamed in my wildest dreams I would end up there.